This is KGW News at Sunrise.
They look very disturbed, a couple of them. You know, you can see it on their face, emotions over there.
That semi-truck driver is talking about the reaction of first responders who arrived at the scene of a deadly crash on I-5 between Albany and Salem. The northbound lanes in that area are back open this morning, but state police say 7 people died and several more were injured. We'll have more on their investigation coming up here in just a minute.
And the recent warm weather has many older schools in our area feeling a bit stuffy.
Like everyone's just sweating because it's so hot.
I should not have to worry about the heating system or cooling system at my child's school.
How hot some classrooms got.
Also, TEDx taking on artificial intelligence with a local designer who helps AI show its personality. Boy, we go down a rabbit hole with all kinds of questions. Is it good? Is it evil? And can it learn to be alive?
I feel like we should have whiskey and like then,
yes.
as soon as I say the word soul, I'm like, oh god, here we go.
So he predicts AI will have as big an impact on humanity as the wheel or the Industrial Revolution.
Wow.
Yeah, our thought-provoking conversation is coming up this morning at 5:15.
I never thought about it having personality, but I guess that it will apparently. Huh?
It does right now. Think Alexa.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, first of all, it's Friday here on the Sunrise Show. Number 2, I often find it hard to be alive myself, working the shift, but Fridays do make it a little bit easier, Rod Hill.
Yes.
What do you have in the weekend forecast department?
He's got a little personality coming through.
He's got a lot of personality.
All right, we have some low clouds out there this morning. Haven't seen this in a while. And we're going to be getting into this cooler pattern that includes more of a marine flow and more of a risk of morning clouds, at least for a period of time in the upcoming mornings. Right now we're at 57. We'll call it partly cloudy out there overall. Need to change that wording. 73 degrees at noon. This will go on to be a mostly sunny day, anywhere from 80 to 85 this afternoon, which is pretty much where we were yesterday. Get this. We could be days away from not even reaching 80 for a week or so. That change in the 7-day forecast coming up.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Rod. This morning we begin with an Amber Alert for this 2-year-old boy. He was kidnapped from Nampa, Idaho. His name is Rudy Ozaya. Authorities say his father, Rodolfo Reyes, took him early yesterday morning, but he doesn't have custody of his son. Police believe the two may be here in Oregon. Now, they did find the gray Honda Civic connected to this case, but they're still looking for a gray Lexus. The license plate number is on your screen. Rudy was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and a diaper. Reyes is 36 years old. He's 5'9" with an average build and tattoos on his neck. Authorities say he's known to carry a pistol. You're asked to call police or the Amber Alert tip line if you see the car or have any other information.
All right, let's get back to that other local story that we're following this morning. We mentioned right at the top of the hour, Oregon State Police confirmed 7 adults were killed, several more were injured in a deadly crash on I-5 yesterday afternoon between Albany and Salem. We can tell you that all lanes are back open this morning after hours of closures that continued into the night on Thursday. Once again, Oregon State Police confirming for us that 7 adults were killed, several more people were hurt. This all happened just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and it happened just a few miles north of Albany, right between Albany and Salem. Police say 2 semi-trucks and a passenger van were involved in this crash. It brought traffic to a standstill for hours. In fact, it took almost 5 hours to get just one lane in the northbound lanes back open so cars could get by. We heard from a semi-truck driver who says he was right there on the scene when first responders first arrived.
They looked very disturbed, a couple of them. You know, you could see it on their face, emotions over there. I do drive semi, and I've driven for quite a while, and I've seen a lot of fatalities on the road. Think about the people's families, and you know, it's a sad day for those people.
Oregon State Police says they'll release the likely cause of this crash and information about the victims once they finish their investigation.
Now to some of your Friday morning headlines. Starting tonight, 1 eastbound and 1 westbound lane on the Morrison Bridge will be closed. The ramp from I-5 will also be closed. Crews will be working on joint repairs and working on the deck. It's all part of the Morrison Bridge paint project that began last year. Both lanes and the ramp are expected to close at 10 o'clock tonight and reopen at 5 Monday morning. Also, a total of 10 Oregon senators are now ineligible for re-election following their current term. That's because those senators reached 10 unexcused absences on the 13th straight day of the walkout yesterday. The next Senate session is on Monday, and at this point, there's little indication the two sides will talk much this weekend. Republicans have said they will challenge the measure that bars them from re-election in court. And the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall just got a temporary cooling unit. That means the Oregon Symphony will perform there this weekend as scheduled. The Symphony had to relocate several shows to the Keller Auditorium because it was just too hot in the theater. Metro will still need to replace the HVAC system, though, after it broke down a few weeks ago. But that could take up to 8 months. And that's a look at some of your Friday morning headlines.
We're going to keep with that theme here for just a moment because we're also hearing from some local parents and students who at this point are asking Portland Public Schools to help air condition their classrooms.
A number of teachers at Marysville Elementary say the classroom temp soared this week up to 87 degrees. Marysville doesn't have air conditioning like a lot of older schools built decades ago. But parents and teachers tell KGW the district needs to change that.
I would like to see a whole change with the district. The HVAC system needs to be updated. We need AC and heat in here during the winter and the summer. Our kids shouldn't have to deal with this. And now I'm worried about their health.
We're learning about how to write essays and a lot of things like that, so it makes it hard to focus.
PPS confirms only 12 of its 81 schools have air conditioning. The district says it's been modifying school activities, even moving classes outside in the shade. It'll also keep its ventilation systems running overnight to bring in cooler air.
And take a look at this lightning. Whoa, look at that show stretching across the sky in Sun River last night. We got this video from Swoosh McDuck on Twitter. Yes, Mr. Swoosh, thank you for sharing that amazing video with us. Wow, that was quite a show.
All right, Rod, can we keep things a little less exciting this weekend? How about a nice, pleasant weekend?
We have that. We will see more boomers over the Cascades in Central Oregon today, tomorrow, and then that will be it for a while as even the cooler marine air starts to move over the Cascades over into Central and Eastern Oregon. Thank you for looking so interested in what I'm saying, by the way, you guys.
Hey, it's the weekend, Rod. This is the part of the forecast we really look forward to.
Sometimes I'm talking, nobody's paying attention. All right. We have cooler air just sitting out there waiting to come in. Again, the main floodgate of that noticeable cooler air that will also dampen any thunderstorm chances across parts of our state. That arrives on Sunday. This is Sunday at 1 p.m. I'm watching this color. So we've been here, right, in the green and yellows and the hot weather, but this is Wednesday of next week. We're still feeding. In fact, not only do I not see any 90s through Memorial Day weekend, a week from this weekend, of course, we may not even get up to 80 again for a while once we get through tomorrow. And it's no guarantee that we hit 80 on Saturday. So things are changing. We're going to lose the heat and get back to normal for quite a little stretch of time, it looks like. Normal being highs mostly in the 70s. We're quiet out there right now. Here's partly cloudy skies from the Stoller Family Vineyards Estate camera down in Dayton. Kind of a mixed bag of some areas showing some low clouds this morning. We do have overcast skies at the beach. 52 in Newport right now. Salem's at 57. Salem, good morning. 53. Your high in Salem yesterday was only 80, by the way. We had 84 in Portland. 62 degrees out of Pendleton currently. Here's your Futurecast movie. We'll get you through the weekend. 9 o'clock this morning. Some low cloudiness in spots. Portland's showing a little bit. Now, if the movie is correct, we will get some sun breaking out of the marine layer at the beach. Here come the late day scattered showers and thunderstorms again in places like Sun River and up around Jefferson, maybe something up around Mount Hood. Here's tomorrow morning, more noticeable low clouds to start your Saturday. Again, bam, we got boomers building up late day Saturday into the evening. That's 7:30. And then here comes the low clouds on Sunday. And then the more noticeable marine push will just keep a thunderstorm chance Sunday afternoon across the far east. Then by Monday, no storm chances anywhere across our state. Getting back up into the low 80s to maybe 85 in some spots. Salem 82, Portland could go as high as 85. Then tomorrow, clouds to sun 80, 73, mostly cloudy but dry on Sunday. Shower chances Sunday night through Tuesday. Wouldn't be much total rain. And then we're in the 76 Wednesday and Thursday. That's pretty comfortable stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it is, Rod. Thank you. Well, this morning, TEDx Portland is all about AI. Coming up, a conversation with the man who helps us converse with machines.
We know what we're doing, but we don't know exactly how it's creating what it's creating.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mystery to this. He says the future of AI will be both exciting and challenging, and his TED Talk includes a call to action. It really is a fascinating conversation, and it's coming up next.